So what makes for a good fundraising ask? Two basic rules. First, are you asking the right person at the right time for the right amount of money for the right project? If you can't answer to yourself yes to each of those, then I'd urge you not to write. Get your ask in a better position and then do the ask. The thing we hear constantly from individuals and trusts are people not writing to them in a way in which they need to be written in order to fit within their interests. And secondly, it's not about you, it's about them. It's not about your needs as a charity. It's not about what difference digital will make to you. What funders are interested in is what difference you are making to the causes, to the areas, to the concerns that matter to them. Too often we see charities writing to prospective funders, talking about themselves, but not addressing the concerns and the interests of the funder to whom they're writing. Okay, high-level donors. These are people who can make significant donations and are certainly an area that a lot of people are increasingly focusing on because they are proving a very profitable source of support. Generally, certainly from the conversations we've had with the donors that are engaged with CAF, they haven't had a bad COVID. Their assets have gone up and they have recognized through the pandemic that giving to local community is an important thing that they should be doing. They are keen to support small charities. They're aware of the impact that small charities are making and want to improve them. If you're asking for money from individuals, talk about investment and invest yourself in the nature of the relationship. They want to know who you are. They want to know what difference you're making. They want to understand the individuals that are actually involved in the charity. This isn't a cold call letter. This is about the development of a relationship. Certainly talk about the impact that you're having in your cause area. When engaging with them, think about where high net worth individuals come together. Do they come together in sporting occasions? Do they come together in social occasions? How can you inveigle your way into those occasions to place your charity in front of those sorts of individuals? And then if you can, start by basically identifying one individual in that community that you think would be particularly receptive to supporting you. There is nothing more powerful than peer-to-peer fundraising by one of those saying, join me in supporting this charity. Again, focusing on the community that is engaged with or close to the company is central to this. There's no point in writing to a major company that is being successful in another part of the country unless there's a natural rationale as to why your charity and the work that your charity is doing is relevant to them and their operation. Here's an example. This is Warburton's, their community investment report. They actually don't make grants of any significant size in the community, but look at how they're describing the charities they're supporting around the country. A quick look, the first thing that comes out is the number of beneficiaries that charity is engaged with. And the second is the area, the health or the employability and skills that they are focusing on. And then the third is the area of the country in which it's working. The actual name of the charity and the work of the charity is not given prominence in this. What Warburtons are interested in is the number of people in the community that that charity is supporting. And therefore, you've got to recognize what are those key issues. And going into the companies and downloading their community investment reports is an excellent way of understanding how they like to talk about their community investment, and therefore what you need to give them in order to fit within the areas that they are interested in. So they're not brilliant at fast turnaround decision making. So if you're developing digital, new digital aspects to the work that you're undertaking, you need to recognize the time frame that it's going to take to raise the money to do that. Trusts and foundations are anywhere between 6 months and a year before you're likely to hear whether you're going to be able to get the money. And they generally will not fund activity that started before they made their grant decision. So if you're going to develop the digital aspects, you've got to put into your time frame for that at least 6 months to a year to approach the trusts and foundations to get their response before you start the project. Underline your knowledge of your cause area and the difference that the IT, the digital work you're going will make, and understand your understanding of the online marketplace. They need to trust you, that you know what you are talking about. And as I said at the very beginning, because they're receiving a lot of applications, they will be aware of people that are perhaps trying to pull the wool over the eyes of the reader of the application. Think about comparator examples. Think about other charities that have likewise engaged in a digital project and the difference it's made there. Maybe pick people outside of your geographic area or outside of your cause area to again engender trust in those that are reading the applications that what you're saying will come to pass. You by all means talk about innovation in terms of the difference digital will make, but the more that you can provide a provenance to underline that whilst this is innovation, it will work, the more they're likely to trust you. And recognize that there is a perception that there is a fast obsolescence within areas such as social media and IT. How are you going to manage that? Yes, you can get the money today to create the IT development, but will it be out of date next year? And will you therefore be going back to the same source of money to ask for more? They certainly don't want to develop that dependence on their funding. So they would be keen to understand not how it's going to change you this year, but how is it going to change you over the next few years, to really recognize that you understand the challenges, the ongoing challenges of developing digital within your organization.